good day to everyone on the 26th of January 2018. To those who got paid today and yesterday, I'm saying save your money. It's still January. We don't know how long this January takes. So to everyone that's the first time I'm talking to, Happy New Year. I go by the name of Jay. I'll be doing my podcast here. This is the first podcast that I'll be doing. If there are mistakes or you feel like there's somewhere where I'm missing, please let me know in the comments, because I'm planning to spend my time on this channel and then engage with you. You engage with me, and then try and focus on events that are affecting us as South Africans, because we can only build ourselves, we can only try and improve our country as individuals. Sometimes it takes a voice to change, sometimes it takes action. If you have a voice to change, you can change with that. If you have actions to change, you can do that also. Today I wanted to talk to you about a topic that mostly don't like talking about, but sometimes we have to talk about it in order to heal from it. It's the crime that's happening in South Africa. As we know, most of you guys, everyone that's living in South Africa, we have been affected by crime. I remember one time I was walking in the street of Tembisa. I was just an innocent boy. I didn't even know that there's crime in this place. I thought it's just a lovely place where everyone is minding their own business. Unfortunately, as I was walking, here come two guys that have passed about 2 kilometers away. They point a gun at my head and say, "Give us everything you got." It was in 2013 those days. And then I had to give them a cheap phone and my money, which was 20 rands. Well, that's lucky if you ask me. Some people get robbed with such expensive items. Nonetheless, the thing is that they took away what I owned by force. And at the end of the day, if you don't give them, if you fight for it, you end up getting killed or getting harmed. That's the country we live in. You can never have your stuff, things that belongs to you, that you use your own money on, and then own them. Somebody out there has to come and then take your stuff. Unfortunately, last year we lost a celebrity who was acting for Rhythm City, Duma by the name, living in Tembisa also. Such an unfortunate event for such a young person to get killed. I'm just making an example because crime is getting too much in South Africa. And when people out there, when they say South Africa is the harbor of crime, is the capital city of crime, we tend to get ahead by what they say. But we don't apply our minds and look at it and say, actually they are right. What can we do to change it? There are many things we can do. But the problem is that while you try to do, you might end up being a victim by trying to stop crime. Look at Johannesburg. They rob you in the middle of the day. Daylight, around 12, 2 o'clock. They rob you. What are the people doing? The people who are just passing by? Nobody will be able to come to you and say, "Let me save you." Why? Because as soon as they try to save you, they will be the next victim. So what happens is that there are those street vendors. They already know when somebody will be robbed, because they can see that those sources are coming and they're going to rob someone. So such things, that they leave us in despair, because we don't know if we should help or if we should just go by our business. But I wish the police can do more, as some of the crimes are committed by the police, and it's a problem. Rest in peace to God knows Nare, a journalist investigating into harmful businesses that they're doing, poaching and all of this. He ends up tying a a strange death. How can the police say we saw bullets coming from his car and then ended up shooting him, but they don't have solid evidence? That's the crimes that are happening in South Africa. And as the people, as the citizens living in South Africa, we need to apply our minds and try and stop it. I believe Fikile Mbalula is doing much, but at the end of the day, it might not be enough. It might not be enough because you open Twitter, you open Facebook, it's RIP someone. Actually, for me, when I go I go on Twitter and then I see a picture of a young woman, because them are the most ones that are posted to say they're missing, women and children. When I see a picture of a woman or a child, they say the child is missing. It breaks my heart because already I know that they may never come back. We may never get an update to say, okay, we find them alive. What we get is an update saying the person has died, has been killed. Take the story of Karabo Mokoena, a beautiful woman, young woman, courageous. He gets killed by a boyfriend. As they say, you always get killed, or the crime that happens to you, it will always be someone closer to you. Karabo gets killed by the boyfriend, who, after killing, burns the body. For what? Maybe to say they want to identify him. At the end of the day, technology is so massive. They found Karabo, and then the rumors comes, or maybe not call it the rumor, the evidence comes that the boyfriend has been arrested, and while arrested, he confessed to say, I killed her because of 1, 2, 3. And then later he changes his mind. We've been seeing movies. We've been watching movies. We've been seeing stories. It happens that you change your mind after being afraid. Well, the trial is still going on. It's still going to go on. Hopefully this year. We cannot judge on that. But I'm trying to make an example of what country we're living in. Oscar killed River. Well, he got less time in jail. He's still there. But he got less time in jail. But what we know, what we can tell ourselves is that Oscar killed River. And crime that's happening in South Africa, it doesn't go by the color of the skin or a certain tribe. It happens everywhere. Can prayer stop crime? It can do to a certain level. But we as people, we need to change our minds. We need to change ourselves. You can never talk to a thief and say, thief, change. And they ended up changing. That's difficult. It's like if someone finds a way of surviving in life, and even if it's wrong, it's to say that this is how I survive. If they take it as a way of surviving, I think it ends up being a problem because they will never want to change. They will need to stay like that and earn money or survive like that. You earn money by stealing from people, from people's home. You will never change. If they give you a job, it's like the guys who smoke nyaupe. If they take one to rehab and then give them a job, 90%, I'm 90% sure that the boy is going to go back to smoking nyaupe because he feels free. People do not want to be controlled. You get into the job at 9, you go at 5. They don't want that. While that's the best way of improving our economy, I believe we need to stop blaming poverty. We need to stop blaming crime on poverty and say that we're stealing because we're poor. No, we don't need to do that. We need to start applying our minds. And our call that we can give to our presidents. Unfortunately, the president that we have is a thief also. A call that we can give to our future leaders and our current leaders who can change this country is to say, try and build a broken family before you can focus on yours. broken families are the poorest of the poorest. The least we talk about the crime that's happening in the politicians' families or politicians' lives, the better. Because kids are starving while politicians are enjoying life. So to go back to the problem of crime and killings that are happening in this country, I think more needs to be done. Deploy all these police, man. There are posts that have been posted everywhere there to say we need police. I think put more police to police our environments, to police our cities, our townships, our villages, so that we can stop this crime. Mostly if you can put them in the main cities, that's where crime happens. That's where people are targeted. Maybe in that case, we may decrease the amount of crime that's happening in the country. That's how I think. And I believe everyone listening to this video